What is up, guys? Thanks for tuning in to another video on the Skooled Zone. Real quick, just want to let you know that I just got back from VidCon, so I'll definitely be making a video about that. Stay tuned for that. But for today's video, we got an unboxing for you. And in case you don't know, my unboxing videos are trivia unboxings, just like I do trivia walkthroughs of your favorite games on the channel. So not only will you get to see all the exciting merch that arrives in the box, but I'll give you some cool factoids about all the items inside. Now, if you want to get these mystery boxes for yourself, there's a link down in the description below that'll give you both a special discount on your order and help the Skooled Zone out a tiny little bit in the process. You get awesome collectibles and you get me a step closer to doing YouTube full time. So click that special link in the description below and use the coupon code Skooled Zone for your bonus discount. Also, I'm adding another element to these unboxings, and that's unboxing your stuff. I mentioned this in last month's video, but we haven't had any takers yet. If any of you want to send me anything to open or unbox on camera, not only will it give you an appreciative shout out, but I'll give the audience some interesting facts and trivia about whatever gets unboxed. I'm sure you've probably seen mail openings on other YouTuber channels. Well, this will be similar, except I'll do it right after the One Up Box merch, and I'll give you cool factoids about anything interesting you send me. If you want in, my address is down below in the description, as well as on my website contact page. All right, well, let's get into today's trivia unboxing. Here's the explanation card that comes with each box, and each month features a theme, and this month's theme is Genius. Seems like the perfect theme for the Skooled Zone, right? As usual, I like to start with the small items and work our way up. The smallest item in the box is usually a little button, and this time we have the mascot Fox pretending to be Spider-Man. Pretty cool. I'm assuming all the superheroes featured in this box are all scientists of sorts, at least, in their secret identities. Okay, well, the first item we'll look at here is a patch, a Flash patch. I loved the Flash when I was a kid, second only to Batman. I guess I was really into DC when I was a kid and then got more into Marvel in my teen years. Probably the way it works for most people. Anyway, I think I've talked about the Flash in a previous episode, so I'll come at it from a different angle and say that the Flash's secret identity as we know him today is Barry Allen, but he wasn't actually the first Flash. The first Flash from the 1940s was named Jay Garrick. That comic was canceled in the mid-40s, and the Flash wasn't reinvented until the late 50s. Barry Allen was recast as a forensic scientist, which is similar to a CSI or crime scene investigator. Gotta be pretty smart to do that line of work, so that's probably where the genius theme comes in. In fact, the Flash is usually ranked by comic experts in the top 10 smartest superheroes, along with the likes of Tony Stark, Bruce Banner, Hank McCoy, etc. The next item we have in the box is a set of action cloud magnets. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this is primarily a Batman thing. I don't remember seeing these in any other superhero cartoons. Comics, of course, but, not TV shows. Maybe I'm wrong, but I do remember talking about Batman in a previous episode, so instead I'll give you a different factoid. These phrases in the word bubbles actually have a name. They're called onomatopoeia, which is basically any word that mimics a sound. It's a Greek word that actually means the making of a word, but it doesn't just apply to pow, bang, blam, Words like crackle, meow, and even tweet are onomatopoeia. Cool factoid there. All right, the next item is an exclusive. Let's see what's inside. Set of earbuds. Superhero earbuds, to be exact. Interestingly enough, I can see characters on there that are mixed from both DC and Marvel. Another rare collectible combination that you'll only see in these kind of mystery boxes. Instead of going into trivia about each character though, I can give you a quick factoid about earbuds. So headphones in general began as part of old telephone devices. Someone eventually figured out you could put those telephone earpieces on each ear and then drown out the outside sounds. But earbuds themselves originated from a different source, hearing aids. They were adapted for use with old transistor radios to amplify the faint sounds coming over the airwaves. Sony picked up on the idea and started packaging them with their transistor radios in the mid-1960s and later with the Walkman in the 80s, so they weren't just an Apple thing until much later in the game. Next we have the random collectible figurine. I love these. This one's called a scaler. Let's see who I got. Iron Man. Awesome, I love Iron Man. Although, it's a little weird that he's scaling because he normally flies, right? Batman, yes. Robin, yes. Spider-Man, definitely. But Iron Man? I think they could have been more creative with this one. I mean, what about Catwoman or Black Widow or maybe the Green Arrow? What other comic book characters climb or swing from a rope? I'm sure you guys can name a few more down in the After School Club. But anyway, Iron Man, haven't talked about him in a previous unboxing. So Iron Man debuted in 1963 from, of course, the comic geniuses Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. He was originally based on the real-life Howard Hughes, who was a very eccentric multimillionaire inventor, pilot, producer, etc. Basically the Tony Stark of the early 20th century. Tony Stark is a troubled and complex character, but one of the most interesting in the Marvel universe in my opinion. And last but not least, the T-shirt. Looks like another sort of mashup if you combine Batman, Superman, and the Flash into a single character, which is very interesting. Would make a great conversation piece at a party or something, that's for sure. I don't think I have any factoids for this one because I've talked about all three of those characters already in these past episodes. So if you guys have any cool factoids you can add, definitely share them down below. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for this round. Hope you had some fun with me, maybe learned a thing or two. I'll be showcasing more awesome collectibles each month going forward and culminating with that Christmas toy giveaway at the end of the year. And remember, if you want to get a huge discount on a box of your own and help the channel out a little bit in the process, then be sure to use the link below and the coupon code Skooled Zone when you order. Oh, and don't forget to send in your own stuff to get schooled on the Skooled Zone. Thanks again for watching. Throw a quick like on the video and share it around anyone you know who's into comics and might have some fun with this video. And we'll see you next time on the Skooled Zone. Peace out.